Hi, welcome back to the Let's Talk About Text podcast, or hashtag LTAT, as the youngsters are now calling it. In today's episode, Nick and I talk about WhatsApp security and fraud. I'm pretty big on stuff like that. I only ever use my son's birthday as a PIN number, only because it's New Year's Day, 2011, so 1111. It's really easy to remember. Anyway, LTAT, baby. So talking about WhatsApp, WhatsApp's pretty popular, isn't it? You know, the good thing for the layman like me using WhatsApp, you get a message in, or I send one, I can see it's read, I can see when the person's been online. That's pretty good.
And it allows groups as well, doesn't it? Yeah. So you can have one-to-one conversation, or you can have one to a group, or you can have one to many.
But companies can't use WhatsApp. Do companies send WhatsApp?
They can, yeah. There is what's known as an API into WhatsApp. WhatsApp's obviously owned by Facebook, and what we've seen is some concerns, I would say, probably from more the finance sector around some of the security around that, and that's just being honest around what brands are saying. So it's a really interesting thing when you look at something like WhatsApp and you compare it with what the phone companies are doing. And they're doing their own thing, which is more along the lines of RCS. There's just a bit more confidence there, I think, in terms of...
Yeah, because we've heard about Facebook and, maybe the stuff that they send out might not be, particularly true and, misleading. And we also want to know that when it says it's coming from a supermarket, for example, that it is actually a supermarket. It's not just somebody who's got our number and sending a message to us. I mean... That's an important part. Security is a big part of.
Yeah, we do get some issues with that. Certainly, the banks do. There's some bad players out there that will, send messages, if you like, pretending to be the bank or pretending to be a brand. People sometimes have been in positions where they've given out personal information they shouldn't have done, and we work with various regulators and, if you like, forums that try and control this to really try and eradicate that level of fraud. It's just a bit of a problem in the market, but saying that, there's some new technology that's coming on at the moment which will really lock that down and stop it happening.
Are there regulations in place? Is that something that could happen with RCS or with...
Yeah, absolutely. So with RCS, there is a lot more regulation that's involved with it, and that's just naturally through the code of conduct, if you like, with the mobile phone companies, because they have to follow certain rules to operate, and you have less of that in, if you like, some of the more web-based companies, like the ones that you mentioned. So when it comes to a bank wanting to get a very important message out to their customers, a secure message, they're obviously going to want to use channels that are a lot more secure and regulated, like RCS.
And mGage is regulated. There's a regulatory body.
Yeah, so we sign up to pretty much the same code of conduct as the phone companies do. We have contracts with the phone companies, and we're regulated in that same way.
And so if you're doing anything naughty, you'll get fined.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So I've changed my PIN number. Apparently you shouldn't tell everybody what it is. Oh well, I'd have only spent the money anyway. In our next episode, we talk about effective mobile messaging channels. Can't wait, can you? For more information and to hear more episodes of Let's Talk About Text, visit go.mgage.com/podcast.